From director John Hamburg comes Me Time. Me Time follows a dad who finds time for himself for the first time in years while his wife and kids are away. He reconnects with a friend for a wild weekend ride. When I saw the poster and a little bit of the trailer for this movie, I knew exactly what this film was going to be, and I was worried. I thought, this is going to be one of the plethora of Kevin Hart, Marky Mark type films that's going to be tongue-in-cheek, kind of cheesy, cringy for sure, and it's going to be a throwaway, a one and done. Now, there is a lot in there like that. However, it was a lot funnier than I was expecting, and it has more heart than I was expecting. I ended up enjoying it far more than I was expecting. I had to kind of check myself at the end of the film going, what's wrong with me? Am I ill? Or was that movie kind of good? If this is your first time here, I'm the Ruby Tuesday. I do anime, animation, and world cinema, and then kind of a plethora of other content that is in there. And so this time around, it's Me Time. I did connect with this film kind of in a realistic level. I am a dude who is 42. I have two kids that are 20 and 17, married for over 20 years. And so the idea of Me Time is very real. Like, I'm super busy all the time with YouTube, trying to turn it into, with the Ruby Tuesday, trying to turn it into a real career. I'm writing novels, and then I do the housework because my wife is the breadwinner for the most part, because you'll be surprised that, YouTube doesn't actually earn that much money, and my novels earn not that much money until I become J.K. Rowling. So when I watched this film, there was a level of nodding my head towards the things that were going on. And the stress level that you see Kevin Hart play at the beginning of this film was accurate, but also stress-inducing. There were so many times I was just like, dude, take a chill pill. Kevin Hart's character at the beginning of this movie sets up the premise for the rest of the movie. And basically, he does everything, but he's forgotten to have me time, to have any time to himself, to kind of allow himself to have a little bit of fun, because he's controlling all the aspects of a family life, work life, being involved with like being that parent who's like the head of PTA, running plays, that kind of thing, and he's controlling all these things, but he's forgotten something. So there's some things like communication in the marriage not quite right. Now, I do have a kind of grind my gears moment in this film, and it still didn't fix itself at the end. However, as we get into the Marky Mark character coming back and entering his life, who is this guy that it always takes things to the extreme, loves to party, kind of doesn't stick things out. They are juxtapositions of themselves, but are or have been best friends for a long time. So you can see how at the beginning of their lives that would have worked, but when one matures and finds his life and gets married and has kids, having a friend like this can not really work for the most part, unless it can. And so what happens, he gets some time to himself, ends up at a Marky Mark party. And I'm only mentioning them by names because throughout the film, never did I see them as the characters they were meant to be playing. All I saw was Mark Wahlberg playing Mark Wahlberg and Kevin Hart playing Kevin Hart as a married man with kids. I literally did not see the actors. I literally did not see the characters they were meant to be playing. They were literally just themselves in this movie. Once I got over that, it didn't take me very long because I'd seen this done a number of times with these particular actors. I thought, okay, a little bit sad because I've seen Kevin Hart play also incredible performances recently on Netflix, especially when you're entering that drama realm. Nevertheless, the comedy in here does kind of work. It is kind of funny. There are lines and dialogue and jokes that work for the most part, that come around again, that work again. The setup kind of works, is cringy, you feel for him. And there is a sort of moral of the story that comes to the end where they got to learn about who they are and grow up in communication. Now, there's one bit where the wife and the husband, have that head-to-head, and he apologizes for not telling his wife that he's done certain things without her permission. But they never address the opposite in that side, where she's done some things without his permission or having a communication about. Because in marriage, if one of the first things you got to know is communication is key. You have to talk about everything together so that you're both on the same page. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. That's just my top tip about marriage or partnership, really. And so there was a moment that just felt unjust. It was heavily weighed on one side where the guy apologizes and he's like, yeah, I've done all these things wrong. And she was like, yeah, but I love you anyway for who you are. And, you know, we got some things to work out. That's not how he sounds. I don't know. So that was a mixture of the wife and Marky Mark. Hey, guys, you know, I'm just like here and I'm having a little party and, you know, well, terrible. Okay, let's carry on. Nevertheless, it was so much more fun than I was expecting. Maybe because I went in with an expectation of just this is going to be terrible. It was actually pretty fun. There are side characters in this. They're friends of friends or the people in the school, the adults in school that kind of center around the vortex of the control of the Kevin Hart character dad. And they are pretty funny. When you see them on screen, I think they're very, very funny for moments. If you had like a whole film or they were like a sort of main side character, it would be too much. But because you get little snippets of these characters, it actually adds to the film rather than hinders it. So I would say, yeah, give this a watch. If you like Kevin Hart and you like Mark Wahlberg, who I do both, I think this is a one-time watch that you may stick on again another time when you just want to have a film on in the background and see the bits that you thought were really funny. There are totally unbelievable moments, like, you know, a character is wrestling a cat, and when I say cat, you will see, and the fact that it ends up like it does, there's an air of believability that you have to put to the side because of what the characters go through that are still alive in these moments. But you always get that in these type of films. I'm going to give this 3 Nicolas Cages out of 5. Can't give it more than that, but it is fun than I was expecting. Here are another 2 reviews for you to watch. Can't wait to chat to you in the comments about this one, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.